All right. Well, hello and thank you, Mr. Gil Levy, for joining me to chat about financial wellness.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, thank you. So right before we jump in, I just wanted to say thank you. This recording, this video is funded 100% by the CCAMPIS program here at Santa Fe College. And one of the main goals of this conversation is to kind of highlight the different resources that we have here at Santa Fe College for our non-traditional students. Our non-traditional students could be student caregivers or student parents, students that fall outside of what you typically think of when you think of a college student. So this video will be available to them after we're done with our chat. And I just, again, wanted to welcome you to the recording. So hello.
Hello. So what do you want to go over? What kind of areas of interest do you want to cover?
So I will just start by saying, okay, anytime I come to the campus, the Northwest campus, I work in the S building. So when I walk towards my office, I've noticed those different signs for the VyStar, wellness financial office. So I'm just curious, when are you available for students? Is it just you? Are there other people involved? Like, what's going on with that?
So VyStar Credit Union established a partnership with Santa Fe College, and the partnership has two components. One component is where we actually are working with the college in presenting a financial wellness curriculum, and we have given access to students to our VyStar University and other educational resources that are part of VyStar membership. So anyone that has a sfcollege.edu email address can actually log in to VyStar and access these resources, as well as in-person presentations that we are doing on campus. Then the second part of the partnership is where we staff a financial wellness center. It's called the Santa Fe VyStar Financial Wellness Office, and it's located right there on the second floor of the S building, S250. I think you and I are in the same pod of offices, and that is wellness, and that office is there to address individual questions that students might have. They're welcome, and then we invite them to come and stop by and talk about things like budgeting, how to save proactively money in the bank, as well as how to save when buying things, how to go about purchasing a vehicle, how to understand your credit report, how to build your credit, how to obtain credit, things that you might want to know about acquiring a house, etc. Right now, I staff it, trying to gauge what the long-term needs would be and make a recommendation. But beyond me, anybody that wants to specifically talk about investments or other areas of financial wellness, we will make sure that they get connected to the right person.
Okay, awesome. So a couple of things that come to mind, because when I think about money and I think about college, are you available to give advice, or are you just kind of there to show the different resources and tools?
We're there. We're careful with the word advice, because advice can lead to liability when it's improperly done. So we're there more as coaching.
Okay.
We coach, we provide information, and let the students make informed decisions based on the information that we provide them or the access that we provide them. When we're talking about the more common question that students have is budgeting. How do I make my dollars go longer and further? And for those that are on tuition assistance and other types of scholarships, their question is, how do I make this thing last the entire semester without running out before my next tuition check comes in? So we talk about those items, and we provide them tools and ideas on how to go about doing that.
Oh, okay. Awesome. And so thank you for explaining that, clarifying that a little bit more, because I know for me, I'm always looking for financial advice, but I like the idea of coaching because that does keep myself in charge of my own finances, as well as the other people who come and speak with you. So that's really empowering. Yeah.
Yes, it is. And that is the goal. And I'm glad you use empowering, because that's the name of our center, isn't it? Aren't we all part of the Empowerment Center?
That's true. That's true.
Well, and when you empower, it actually makes or opens up the path to sustainability. When you coach someone, what you're doing is just creating a pathway for sustainability. You can give advice, but if the person doesn't buy into it, it's not going to last very long. But if you coach and you present the information and you say, this is the tools that are available, these are the things that you need to know in order to make a good decision, and the person makes that decision, they most likely are going to follow it and make a permanent change.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. The sustainability is really important because, learning all these great things during college, we need to extend that outside of our college life, right? Like when we go out into the world as real adults, if you will.
And that's right. And, and one of the most important components of financial wellness, which is budgeting, that's all about sustainability. If you don't set goals for yourself that are achievable, obtainable, they're not going to be sustainable. So when you sit down and you start, planning a budget for yourself, you set goals and you set parameters that you can live with that will encourage you to continue.
Sure. So when students want to come and meet with you, do you have like budgeting workshops or worksheets that you can share with them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We have budgeting techniques and sheets that we can hand out, but we also, for those that are a little more computer savvy, if they want to build a budget in Excel, I have a worksheet that I can email to them. And with a few questions answered, I can kind of tailor that worksheet to them so that it's more useful.
Okay.
And that's just one of many things that we can provide the students. The budget worksheet being, to me, the most important, because that really is the basis for creating a long-term financial plan.
Awesome. And just to clarify, we don't need to be a VyStar member, right? This is for all the Santa Fe students.
Absolutely.
Any campus, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Any campus.
Online too.
Yes.
Okay.
As well as college staff.
Okay.
Like yourself. We're there to provide the tools. We're not there to sell VyStar. We as part of our commitment to the community, financial wellness and education is a major component. So we provide these resources, myself included, to the community, so they can avail themselves of these opportunities without having to be members. Sure. And the reality of the fact is that most people recognize efforts, and when the time comes to make a selection, we hope that they'll think about VyStar, but we're, again, not trying to sell it.
Okay, that's good to know, because I have a bank, but VyStar is becoming more and more attractive as I learn more about these resources. So I just have one more question, and then we'll wrap up. You've mentioned the online resources. So there's some classes, right? That, like, some free classes?
Yes, more than classes, is more self-paced.
Oh, okay.
Education.
Okay.
That it's VyStar University being the preeminent one there. You just select topics that are of interest to you, and you navigate them. There's some embedded videos, there's written material, there's examples, worksheets, and you just pick areas that are of interest to you or of current concern, and you just navigate through them.
Cool. Okay.
And again, there's no charge to use them. They're there as a resource.
Awesome. Well, that's great to know. I think, this is a wonderful resource. When I was here at college many years ago, I wish we had this. I might have learned how to budget a little bit earlier in my life. But thrilled that we have you all here on campus, on the Northwest campus, and then you are available to all the different students and staff and faculty, like you said.
That's correct.
And I know, like, I kind of dabbled and I looked at your website. So there's a way that people can go on and book an appointment. And I saw that there were different options. So it could be Zoom, telephone, and you've mentioned already in person.
Correct.
So that
Correct.
is wonderful.
And you know, I invite any one of your program participants, if they happen to come on campus, to please stop by and visit.
Sure.
You asked about our times. We are there Monday and Tuesday from 8 to 10:30, and Wednesday and Thursday from 11 to 1:30. And the difference is to allow the students to pick what hour is most convenient.
Yeah.
Your program participants are students, correct?
Yes.
So they have access to visit days as well.
Okay.
They can go to visit days. The Financial Wellness Center is on visit days, and they can go there and pick a time that's available and set themselves up for an appointment. It doesn't have to be in person. The visit days allows us to set up a phone call or a Zoom call like this one, or an in-person visit, whatever is most convenient for them.
That's awesome.
And if those hours don't work, all they have to do is send us an email at VyStar at sfcollege.edu, and send us an email and say, I would like to talk to you about this via Zoom on this hour. Can you do that? And we can generally accommodate those hours as well, because I don't have to be in that office for Zoom. I can be anywhere.
Sure.
So whatever's convenient for your students, we are certainly open to setting up appointments.
Well, that's fabulous. That is fabulous, fabulous information. So thank you so much for joining me on the call.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And you know, anytime that you want to record any specific subject matter to have it available for your participants, feel free to do so. We'll talk about budgeting. We'll talk about how to invest. We'll talk about how to understand your credit report and things like that. Pick a subject and we can record another one of these.
Okay. Well, awesome.
Okay?
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right.
Have a good afternoon.
You too. You beat me to it. Have a great afternoon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.